Man, we get to ask some questions. We talk on a personal basis all the time, but our listeners don't have the privilege to talk to you, like, personally. And one question people ask us all the time is, when y'all gonna get y'all collab? We don't know. Jordan Brand, Nike, we waiting. Holler at us, we can make it happen. But you have been privileged and honored and blessed enough to have your own Jordan collab. And for us and for everybody who's interested, man, can you kind of tell us about how that process worked? Like, whatever you can say. I don't know if something is esoteric information where you can't really say it on the mic, but if it is public knowledge and you don't mind sharing, if you can kind of tell us like how that process worked and, how you were selected, if you can say that, or even if or how you went about choosing the shoe and the colorways and what the shoe represented to you, or whatever you can say, just giving us some details on how that kind of worked, because the people want to know.
Yeah, listen, this Eminem you're playing right now, he needs a raise. I don't know what he's getting paid. He needs a raise.
Nothing. That's why it's done. Double it.
But no, man. So I was privileged to be part of the International Flight Club program that Jordan Brand had. It started with me. So it was 3 stores.
Talking about collabs. Yeah, we in the lab going hard. If you disrespect me, then we might pull your card. Riding with the boy. Talking about Greg and Roll. Don't disrespect us cause we on go. Gotta bust your head. And we going fed. Always wearing red. You heard what I said. He didn't repeat that, so I don't think he liked the red. So we gonna go with blue. We like the color too, cause that's kicking it. Shout out to 218 and Burn Rubber. I used to watch a movie called Flubber. Did I stutter? Alright, go ahead. Y'all run, man. Y'all try to
act like they can't, like they don't be freestyling all the time. Like they not. It ain't good, bro. Y'all be.
Hey, sometimes you catch it, sometimes you don't, man.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's 80-20 actually.
Yeah. But you're part of International Flight Club. Started with you.
Yeah. So it was 2 other stores, Shelf Life,
Titan,
and what?
Titan.
Yep, Titan, and we were the first in North America, and so I could paint this picture of like this amazing story of like all this stuff, but it's like one day they called me, and my rep called me, and he was like, you sitting down? No, I'm not. I got something to tell you. You getting a collab. Hung up on him.
So before that, when he called you and he was like, are you sitting down? I got something to tell you. Did you think it was good news?
Bro, I thought he was about to tell me, we taking your account away. Like,
yeah.
I was, it's always the worst.
Right,
it's always the worst
right.
when they call, right? Like you thinking in your mind, like,
Right.
what did I do? Did
Right.
we post something we wasn't supposed to post?
Yeah.
And so I hung up on him. And he called me right back. He's like, man, I think we missed the call drop. I'm like, no, I hung up on you. And I'm like, man, that's not funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
he was like, no, I'm not joking. And he ran all. He's like, you've been working hard. You've been doing this for so long. You do things at a certain level, a certain consistency, and they've been doing this, and you were picked. And then I was like, just super excited, just. Kind of going crazy. I'm trying to think. I think I called Jay John first. So I'm just kind of thinking like, what the? Damn. And then I was like, man, what shoe is it?
Yeah.
Right. So some people might be like, oh, you picked this too. Like, nah. So then I hit him back like, yo, what shoe is it? And he was like, it's the 2. And I was like, the 2? Hell yeah. And then I called my main designer on my team. And I was like, man, I don't even know, where do we start, bro? What do we talk about? Because we've already done collabs with, from New Balance to Reebok to Puma to all these, and we told all these Detroit stories.
Let them know. You done it. Hey, my boy, he ain't new to this collab game.
Yeah. What's crazy, though? What's crazy? One of the first conversations I had with Jordan Brand, when we were all on the calls, one of the first calls to talk about everything, they had no idea of none of that.
Yeah.
No New Balance, no Reebok, no Puma, no nothing. At that point, they got done. I've been part of almost 20 shoes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy. I'm still trying to get another pair of the Apollo
One.
I was young. Yeah.
One shoe.
Oh yeah, that too.
And then for the first probably couple weeks, I didn't know if it was a high or a low. So we started working on a high. And then when the contract got sent over, I was like, it said too low. And then I asked my rep, and he was like, well, he had to find out. And then at that point, man, we just started working, and we started thinking about what would represent Detroit, what would represent us, what story we could tell, and we chose kind of my story, right? We chose Southeastern Michigan story, what represents me, being from Pontiac, making my way in Detroit, and then also a lot of times Flint becomes this, I hate to say it like this, but it becomes this forgotten land that people like. Where I'm from, I'm like Pontiac is like the midway point between Detroit and Flint. So some people, you either go this way, you either go south of Detroit, and you don't really mess with, like you don't really go down to Flint unless it's, it's a tournament down there. Your daughter's playing in or something like that. Yeah. And some people go that way and don't really go to Detroit. So it's kind of these, and so they're like 40 something, 50 miles apart. You know what I'm saying? And but I still wanted to show love because I do have ties in Flint when it comes to like my early rap days. We used to do a lot of stuff out there, and I got family out there. And then we had like a month to send in the first draft or the first couple of concepts of what we wanted to do, and then we took it upon ourselves to create the template, the template we created our own, and then sent some stuff into them, and then they have their own designers up at Jordan Brand. So it's like there's certain things that we just can't do that we don't know about, right? Or, so they would be able to tell us, and then they would make their changes. And like even like the map, the first map we did, we pulled off the internet, and then it was some legal issues because if somebody owns that map that we don't know about, they could come sue us. So we had to make our own map with our own roads, and that's why if you look at it, a lot of the intricate streets aren't there. It's like the main highways and certain streets, you know what I'm saying? Because we had to make our own. Huh. And then we did probably like a couple months after that, the first samples came back. We only had 2 sample rounds, so we did the first round of samples. We did a black one, a white one, and a brown one. I thought the black one was the strongest. A lot of people don't know this. So when we turned ours in, if I'm remembering right, like September-ish or maybe late August. So we turned ours in, our 3, and then while we're waiting for the samples to come back, they dropped the official pictures of the off-whites. We had never seen them, but one of ours was black with a red and blue. with a red and blue little line. Right. His was black with a blue line. Then he had a white one with a red line. So it was kind of like, that's not why we did it. Right. But when it comes out, people are going to say that. Yeah. So I still thought the black one was the strongest. And then I forgot who it was. I think Bennett was like, he's like, listen, man, I've seen, of course he does that. So all the twos, because that was like the start of all of these tools coming out. Right. So he's like, I've seen all the collaborative tools coming out over the next 2 years, all of the inline ones. He said, it's a lot of black ones, it's a lot of white ones. It's not one brown one. And he said, I'm not telling you which one to pick. Yeah. But and I didn't see the Shelf Life or Titan. But theirs was white. So if I'd have did the white one, it would have been 3 white shoes at the same time. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was really it, man. There was a lot of stuff that we wanted to do, we were trying to do. That's just like a process that you learn. Like, it was a part that we wanted to like kind of pull this paneling away to do some whatever, right? And they was like, no, you can't do that. So we frustrated, like, oh man, y'all let Virgil do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It was like, well, you're not Virgil. First and foremost. But it's like, a lot of those, it's a different level of collaboration, right? Mm. So they have like one of their shoes may be 6 rounds of sampling. And we don't have 6 rounds because if it doesn't come back right on that second round, right, you might have missed out on your blessing. You know what I'm saying? So there were certain things that they knew that they could do, and then and kind of the rest is history when it comes to that.